what I like about what you're doing is it puts a name to something that some people have always felt. Like, this is not to just go into detail about my background, but the point is I come from every background but agency. I've worked as every role in an e-commerce setting. I've worked in every role in a retail setting. I've been a customer. I understand the different pain points. That's why I like talk about empathy-driven commerce, because for me, that's what was my superpower. I was always a customer champion. I was the guy working at the merchant trying to get things done. So I had to work with outside parties or understand the complaints that were coming in to better serve the situation. And so I love that now people that do that, right? And there's more to this and we're gonna get into it, but I like that there's now a name for it and brands are starting to recognize that as a superpower, as opposed to, like you said, like, oh, we need a head of customer support, but it doesn't really, it's not the same thing. And so, it's like, it's almost as like you were auditioning for this role for 10 years without even knowing it, meaning, and like, once again, luck is preparedness meeting opportunities. So you were prepared and you were seeking that, but the opportunity found you. It wasn't just like linear, And so, so then what was working there, like a crazy crash course, since obviously anything that gentleman, I believe his name is, I just had it on the tip, Jimmy, anything my man Jimmy, MrBeast, puts his name on has a Beatles level of hysteria around it.
Yeah.
Wherever he goes, there's legions of people, and he's the most, the most watched YouTuber in the world. So you didn't know all that coming in, which probably helped you just like focus, not be starstruck. Well, so like, what happened?
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, at that time, I forget how many followers he had then, but like he actually wasn't as big as like he is today. That transition has grew even further. He hadn't even hit 100 million then, but I mean, like obviously,
only
like, people
100.
knew who he was. Yeah, but like obviously, like people knew who he was, but it was like it was also being a part of like that transition of like superstardom too.
Yeah, like maybe he didn't have the village in North Carolina yet, but he was already big time. Like I can't remember the exact date I heard of MrBeast, but like he's been around. Like this wasn't once again perfect example of 10 years to be an overnight success. He dropped out when he was 12. No, sorry. When he was 12 or whatever, 13, he had a health issue, couldn't play sports, had to keep YouTubing. As you know, I'd like to study MrBeast a little bit. Then his mom wasn't about it, started community college, dropped out to pursue. Mom was like, get out. And he believed in himself that much. And I think he's only 25 now. So it's been you're right. It's been like a 10-year arc. It's not like, and he's only hitting critical mass. But for example, when did Squid Games drop?
I think it dropped in like 2021 or
2020, somewhere around there, because his videos like that Squid Games recreation was his biggest one. And the point is
it was after Feastables. It was definitely after the time that I like worked at Feastables. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, working also for Feastables and like with MrBeast, like community, dog. It is like, and I think just like honestly working in startups is just, you are in like hyper speed and you forget things. Like I feel like I like worked there for 10 years, but I really only worked there for like 2.5.